Hello, I'm back to Black Ops 3 on the PC, playing a bit of the multiplayer. This is some post-commentary, and Call of Duty is such a weird one. The multiplayer is such a weird one, because some matches you just do the best, and in other matches you just do the absolute fucking worst. And I've got a bit of both here. The first match I do alright, pretty bad. The second match I do a bit better, and then the third match I just absolutely destroy. And I don't know what it is, but some matches players just feel like they're not dying. It feels like they're taking one too many shots, and in other matches they feel like they're dying insanely fast in a couple of hits. It's weird. I don't know if it's lag. I don't believe it's lag. It could just be an off game. You seem to, in Call of Duty, you seem to have load of off games and then a streak of good games and then a streak of bad games. It's always been that way. You get in a bad groove and then you suddenly hit a good groove and you're in that for a bit. I've noticed some issues with the spawns, and I've always noticed this with Black Ops games, is that you'll suddenly be on your own and then all the enemy team will spawn on top of you, because whatever happens, you've maybe killed the whole enemy team. Your other teammates have moved up, but you haven't, and then all of a sudden every enemy is on top of you like flies. It's insane. That's always happened to me in Black Ops games. It's never really happened in any other Call of Duty game, any other Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer game. It just seems to happen in Black Ops games. The maps are a bit boring. The maps feel very formulaic. There's like a very Star Wars looking map, which is a bit strange. They don't really seem well designed, the maps. I thought Black Ops 1 had some of the best designed maps, some of the most memorable maps. This doesn't seem to be the case, and it is early days, so you don't know. But I'm not a huge fan of the maps so far. There's like some really big areas at each end of the map. The maps, they don't really seem spaced out great. They send players down the wrong routes all the time, but it is early days. It could just be players adjusting to it. I'm just using the starter gun here with the red dot sight. This gun seems alright. I don't really like the sound effect on it, because it sounds like it's using a silencer even though it's not. I'm not the biggest fan of the specialists. I hate it in Battlefield when you suddenly turn a corner and there's a tank. And it's kind of similar to this, where you'll suddenly turn a corner and then there's going to be someone with their specialist weapon out and kill you instantaneously. And there's nothing really you can do about it. It's not as bad as Battlefield, because you respawn instantly in this and you're right back into it. But it's nonetheless frustrating. Moving over to the second match here. This is the map Fringe. And if you ask me, this is one of the better maps in the game. There doesn't really seem like there's any unused areas where players will just wander around aimlessly. The map is focused. Players will always be in the desired area of play. There seems like there's some good lanes, so to speak. It's just a good, simple map. It's a smallish map, but I think it's well designed. It's one of the more memorable ones. I've played on it a few times now. I do enjoy it, and I think people will pick this one if it does come into the voting rotation. I do want to talk about the pistols quickly, because there's only a few of them, which is a shame. I'm getting really tired of the fact that in Call of Duty games the secondaries are always really shitty. There's only 3 pistols. I love pistols, but they're always really underused, which is such a shame. But they are very powerful here. You can get some easy kills with them. I think they're great. They're a great choice to swap to if you're out of ammo, which is always nice to see. For some reason, a lot of these starting classes start you with a rocket launcher. I don't know why. I hate that shit. Get it out of my sight. But I think there needs to be more secondary options, just for players who don't want to use some primary guns, because I do really like pistols, and I wish there was more options. I've barely used any of the snipers. I have been quickscoped by snipers, which is rather annoying. I used to find it somewhat fun when I was a bit younger, but now that I'm a bit older, I'm like, so irritating, you fucking quickscoping kids, meh. The snipers I've never really enjoyed in Call of Duty. I've always found them just to be a bit of a chore to use. I don't enjoy using them. I don't enjoy using them in most shooters. I don't think they do them very well. The only really Call of Duty game I enjoyed using them in was World at War, but that's because they were World War II snipers and they were interesting. I'm able to snipe in CSGO, but that's because the CSGO sniping is quite easy, but it's nice, it's smooth, and it's satisfying. I just don't really enjoy sniping in a lot of games. I used to enjoy it when it was World War II, but not anymore now that it's gone to this military stuff. They don't stand out enough, they're quite bland. There aren't that many either, which is a shame. They could do some really cool stuff with the snipers, but they haven't really, which is a shame. The shotguns are still overpowered as fuck. I'm surprised they didn't nerf it from the beta, because in the beta they were insanely overpowered. If you're going up against people that are using shotguns, good luck, my friend. You're probably going to get destroyed by them. Good thing is that you can boost out of there if you see someone with a shotgun, which is nice. You can dash out of there, get out of their way. I haven't really seen that many people using shotguns, but when they have, it's been a right pain in the ass. I wouldn't be surprised if they nerfed it. I kind of hope they don't, because I do like shotguns not being useless. It's nice to see shotguns that are good and have some range, but they are a bit overpowered. I haven't used any of the kill streaks yet. I haven't changed any of the kill streaks. I haven't really bothered fucking around with any of the custom stuff yet. I don't really benefit that much. I'd rather stay in the game. I don't really want to go out of the game and pilot something. That's why I use stuff just like UAVs and maybe counter UAVs. I'm not even sure if they have counter UAVs in this, but I just like some defensive abilities, stuff that lets me just keep playing and keep running around and shooting people. But I've always found the kill streaks to get a bit worse throughout the Call of Duty games. I thought they were always a bit more interesting. A few years ago, they've gone a bit bland. I feel like they've run out of ideas. They've kept reusing stuff, even though they aren't the same, but they're clearly the same. They look the same. You use them the exact same way. I feel like they are running out of ideas. They brought the RC car back, which is nice, and it's now kind of a hover RC car, which is quite cool. But the kill streaks are starting to become one of the more blander parts of the Call of Duty series, if you ask me. I'm going to leave you with the last match now, again on Fringe, and it just went so fucking well, like unbelievably well. It was funny, I saw some people before this match talking about, I spent 250 quid on my keyboard and mouse, and here I am using a £10 keyboard and a £30 mouse, and I just utterly destroy. So, enjoy it.
They're gone. Threat neutralized. Enemy down. Grenade. Enemy FO down.
Hostile UAV above.
UAV ready for deployment.
Authorizing UAV release. Kill. Eyes on enemy.
Be advised, hostile counter UAV is online.
On standby. Hostiles have destroyed your UAV.
Shut out. Request Hellstorm on my target. RPG! EKIA. Outrider neutralized.
Talon on standby.
Smoke checked.
Hostile gas overhead.
Profit reached. RPG.
Hostile dart inbound.
Talon destroyed.
Friendly UAV inbound.
Outrider KIA. Profit wasted. Enemy FO down. Dropped.
UAV awaiting orders.
Smoke. Friendly UAV inbound.
Enemy spotted. TIC.
Friendly UAV inbound. Against the wall. Press your advantage.
Hailstorm awaiting orders.
TACOM. Hellstorm. Authorization battery.
Hailstorm strike failure.
Negative effect. Copy.
Establish perimeter at 10,000 feet ATL. Friendly Hellstorm inbound. UAV MTL 50% check.
Overwatch kill.
UAV departing AO.
Talon awaiting orders.
Our reputation is our best deterrent. Excellent work.
What? It's over? Already? Mess with the best, die like the rest.